Hello, everyone. Sorry. Hello. Um, we are doing live readings. There's only one, which is totally fine. So, Andrea, you get this whole live to yourself. But I'll also do a collective at the end. So let me do timestamps. Andrea, your timestamp is 37 seconds. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me read through. If you would like a live read, oh, hello, how are you? If you'd like a live reading, they're available for tomorrow. So if you'd like to purchase them for tomorrow, you don't have to be here for it. You know, just check back on my channel and then you can go to the description and find your timestamp. It's very, very easy. So yeah, you don't have to worry about it or like sit around and like wait for it. Hello, how are you? You don't have to sit around and like wait for me to like come on like on TikTok and stuff, which I think is a bonus. So I hope you guys are doing good. Okay, let me read through. So we're just doing Andrea's today. And I know for those of you who are like a little bit new here, you know, I've gained a lot of new subscribers just from like my K-pop readings. I used to do readings all the time on TikTok live. I started to have a lot of health issues in the last like year and a half with my thyroid, as you can see. I had surgery. Also, when I started posting, for mini readings, I know. It's in the description. So it's through my StanStore, but the link is in the description. And those readings are for tomorrow, just to clarify that. But yeah, I know when I first started posting K-pop readings, you could see like my scar was a lot worse. But yeah, I started having a bunch of like thyroid issues and I thought I had cancer for a really long time. It was very dramatic. It was very, very dramatic. And then I just didn't have the energy to do live readings anymore. And now that I'm starting to get my energy back, I'm starting to get back into a routine. I'm trying to transfer more over to YouTube. So it's easier for me to do the live readings in this way. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Hello, everyone. I also can't see the comments as well on YouTube. So if I just completely don't see your comment, I'm so sorry. They kind of like appear on the screen and then they disappear. So, which is a good thing for like when I'm doing readings, I don't get as like distracted. So, anyways, let's get into it. Andrea, I'm sorry. I did a little speech and your timestamp is like super early on. Okay. Happy New Year, my queen. So you gave me a little paragraph. Let me get through it. So you've been together for 2 months, but you're still thinking about someone else. Okay. I feel like he will soon. Okay. Oh, sorry, my iPad's in front of my description. Oh wait, let me look over here. I have 2 screens. Okay. Andrea, the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna pull 4 cards for if you stay with Henry and then if you stay with the past guy, and I'll be dropping everything, and then you can decide which one is more appealing to you. I think that'll help. I think that'll be the best way to do it. What happens if Andrea stays with Henry? You haven't been with Henry for very long, so I get it. And then if Andrea tries again with the guy from the past or waits around, maybe for him to come back. Need a spiritual card for you. I like that you're like, should I just leave boys alone? I love that. Okay. If you stay with Henry, the thing with Henry is that he seems a lot more stable than the guy from the past. So I'll definitely say that. We have the Knight of Swords, which is communication. And we have the Nine of Cups. So I feel like there's a very clear path with Henry. making sure I didn't, I love that you put Vecna in parentheses. That is so funny. Did I call him Vecna the last time you read on him or something? Did I do that and I forgot? You said that things have been going great. And so I think that there is an energy here of you not being used to things going great, which doesn't make you a bad person or stupid. I think that's very common for men and women alike. So I think that's something that you should, before you make your decision, just sit down and reflect on. Because this to me looks like everything is very clear. There's no murkiness. Like, you know exactly what you're getting with Henry, and there's not much to like complain about, you know, which is like, we all ask for that, but once it's presented to us, it's kind of like, where's the drama? When's the other shoe gonna drop? We then have the Three of Pentacles reverse and the Seven of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles reverse is like having a hard time meeting someone in the middle, and the Seven of Pentacles is investment. So I do want to warn you, hello everyone, I do want to warn you that when Henry picks, and you kind of alluded to this in your paragraph, your description as well, but like when Henry figures out that you may not be as invested as he is, he's not going to waste any time going away. Like, he'll just leave. I don't see like a dramatic exit, but it's like if he doesn't feel like you're in it, then he's just not going to invest anymore. So I think like if you stay with Henry, you're going to keep being happy. You know what I mean? You're going to keep going along this path, you know what I'm saying? To clarify, with the overall energy, we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Nine of Wands in the reverse is like, I don't really want to fight for something. So again, if he feels like you don't want to fight for it, he's not going to fight for it either. He's very, 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 very straightforward. If you stay with the guy from the past, we have the Nine of Pentacles reverse, which is codependency. We have the Seven of Wands reverse, which is needing to set boundaries, and then the Three of Wands reverse, which is like, I can't expand on anything, and then the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, which is feeling stuck. So I think it's very obvious which scenario is more appealing from like a third party perspective, right? Like from my perspective, I think you should stay with Henry. But if you don't like Henry that much, if you like the past guy more, I wouldn't encourage you to stay with Henry, because I would never encourage you to stay with someone that you don't like as much. That at that point I would tell you that you need to just be single, because obviously this past guy isn't giving you what you needed, and you shouldn't necessarily go back to him either. The overall energy for the past guy is the Hangman in the reverse. So you have a lot of cards that refer to like being paused and stuck. I don't think that there's a path here, at least not a very clear one with the guy from the past. I don't think you're going to get much from that. So the Hangman in the reverse is seeing things from a different perspective. So I think you should just take some time to reflect on maybe why you're hung up on the guy from the past. It may not be that you're super, super in love with him. It may be that like you're just very, very scared of like having someone in your life who's very consistent. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that you need to like beat yourself up about, or like be like, oh my God, am I like a piece of shit? Like, am I like the worst person ever? Like, no, I think you have a fear coming up. But if you can't handle either of these scenarios, then yeah, you should just be single. And that doesn't make you a bad person either. Like, you realizing that maybe you should just take a break from dating makes you a very mature person, and it makes you a more empathetic person, because it like, you don't want to hurt other people, and you don't want to drag someone along, right? Because that's happened to you before. Like, it doesn't feel good. You don't want to do that to other people. So yeah, if you want, I know sometimes you guys get readings from me and you want me to like make a decision for you. You know, if I had to make a decision for you, I would tell you to like, I would tell you to give it another month with Henry. And if you're still hung up on the guy from the past, like you realize that maybe it's not just a fear, then you should just be single. So yeah. Hello everyone. I'm so sorry. I'm seeing people like post comments, but they disappear very quickly on the iPad. So it's not like that on TikTok. Like, you can see the comments for forever, but here they like appear and then they disappear. Okay, Andrea, let's get you spiritual card. Oh, you got two. Light and suffering and silence, both in the reverse. Yeah, this feels like your light being dimmed. If you feel like dating drives you insane, it's okay to take a break. It's okay for you to just be single. And just because Henry's a great guy, that doesn't mean that he's like your person. So like if you break up with Henry, it doesn't mean that you're never gonna find someone, or you're never gonna find a boyfriend, you're never gonna find a good person ever again. It just means that right now is not your time. And it also may mean that Henry's not your person. But to me, you feel very stressed out. Like you feel like you have to choose someone. You can just choose yourself. It's okay to be single for a little bit. You don't have to be single for forever. But again, like if dating like stresses you the fuck out, it's okay for you to just kind of take a step back and be like, you know what? Like I'm not supposed to be here right now. I feel like that's very mature. Okay, what is the next positive change in Andrea's love life? Nice, we have February. Nice. Overall energy is November. So I feel like, I mean, you've been seeing Henry for kind of like that amount of time, basically. So that makes sense. I think if you stay with Henry, you're going to be happy. But again, if you have that past guy in the back of your head, it's not really fair to him to stay with Henry. So it's up to you what you want to do, girl. It's up to you. So let me know what you choose. Let me know what you choose to do. Yeah, choosing yourself is very powerful. I caught that comment. We have Pisces energy here. Pisces, and is that the only major arcana here? Yeah. I think in this deck, I think that's Aquarius or something. And that lines up with February. So anyways, okay, that's what I have for Andrea. And she was the only, let me fulfill this. She was the only reading for today's live. So you guys ready for a little collective? I'm gonna start with Aries. We'll go through all the signs. Just a little mini collective, couple of cards. Let me pull up the let me pull up the comment section. Oh, it's not working. That's fun for me. Let me turn off the volume here. Sorry, my iPad's like in front of my really big screen, so I'm having to go like that. View channel. Let me pull up the chat this way. No one should anything. Sorry, that's funny. Oh, hello. So I just did paid readings. I'm not doing free personal readings on here, but if you would like to purchase a reading for tomorrow's live, you can go to the link down in the description. I was seeing a man, kind of, and he gave me the ick. It's okay to be single. It's okay. I promise. I'm in what I call a dating timeout, so that makes you guys feel better. I've been in dating timeout for a while, though. I don't. If my husband is going to be here, he's going to appear out of thin air. So, okay. Aries, we have the Sun reverse and the Empress. The Sun in the reverse is unhappiness, but the Empress is like waiting patiently for something to happen. So Aries, to me, you feel like you're in a very patient energy, like you're not the happiest that you could be, but you're okay kind of like waiting out the storm, which is kind of a rare energy for you. I think it's okay. I always see Aries as anger from inside out. I think it's okay for you to kind of like light that fire under your ass and just kind of like get up and start something, get the energy moving. I think it's totally fine for you to do that. I think after your birthday, because we have Taurus and Leo here, after your birthday, the energy is going to get moving a little bit. So that's good to see, but it's okay if you want to like start planting seeds now. I don't think that that's going to like not benefit you. Taurus, 6 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles reverse. I feel like you missed out on some sort of like promotion or you got passed up for like a promotion or some sort of opportunity, but there's a better opportunity that's coming with the Six of Wands. That's a huge win. And also there's a lot of recognition coming for your hard work. So very simple. I like that. Simple and to the point. Gemini, Two of Wands, Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Gemini, I feel like you should focus on expanding your horizons and like traveling. You don't have to spend a bunch of money to have new experiences either. So if you can't like go to Europe, you know, you should explore a new park this weekend. You know, the act of just like going somewhere new doesn't necessarily mean you have to spend thousands of dollars, but I feel like the Four of Pentacles reverse is like you've been holding on to some shit for a really long time, and when we have new experiences, we tend to let that stuff go because we remember that the world is a lot bigger than like we start to remember that we're just like little specks on a rock in the middle of space. So I think it's really helpful. I think as an air sign, that's a perspective that you can really benefit from. Like that's something that you understand. And like, yeah, I don't know. It's a good energy to be in. So focus on having new experiences. Cancer, Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups in the Ace of Cups. Eight of Wands, Ace of Cups, both in the reverse. This to me feels like a lot of people pleasing, Cancer. So I would encourage you to not, or try to not run in circles in your brain if someone is like holding back on communication from you on purpose. That is a manipulation tactic. So if someone isn't speaking to you or they're not listening to you and you feel like you can't go anywhere because of that, it's time to either get into a newer relationship, break up, or this is like a work thing. We need to go to HR or something. But you don't need to bear all the responsibility for that because it's not all your fault. Leo, Page of Swords and the Six of Swords, both in the reverse. Leo, someone who cannot move on from you is watching you very closely right now on social media. I don't really think they're gonna say anything, so I'm sorry. Sorry if you were waiting for communication. I don't see it coming anytime soon. I think they're just kind of like, hello? Okay. Creepy. Virgo, Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. It's okay for you to leave. I think that you want your energy and investments to be elsewhere, and I don't see anything wrong with that in this scenario. So it's okay for you to take off, Virgo. Okay, short and sweet. So after Virgo. Libra, Two of Swords and the Fool, both in the reverse. Libra, when I think of like risk taking, I don't really think of Libra. That's not really the first sign that comes to mind. And I feel like it's okay for you to take a really, really big shot in the dark here. Take that leap of faith. If you fail, fucking whatever. At least you tried. At least you tried, you know? I think you need to prove everyone wrong and just like be the risk taker. You never know. You never know what could happen. Scorpio, Eight of Swords and the World in the reverse. Scorpio, I feel like you're running in circles. Like you haven't really moved on from the past. I feel like you're stuck in some sort of cycle and you have a lot of anxiety about it, but you know how to get yourself out of it. That's the thing about the Eight of Swords. You have the ability to get yourself out of it. So whenever you want to break this cycle, you can. So I don't know if there's someone trying to convince you that you can't, but that's not true. Sagittarius, Knight of Pentacles reverse and the Knight of Wands. Kind of teenager-y energy. Feels very like nostalgic, like high school. You may be having a lot of memories, like high school memories. I feel like there's a shadow coming up from high school. This is a very specific message for Sagittarius. So it may not resonate for all Sagittarians. Sorry. Um, there's something about like dating culture or like a dating shadow here, because Knight of Pentacles reverse feels like no one wants to go out with me, but the Knight of Wands is like hookup culture. It's like being surrounded by people who are like flirting with each other and having a lot of fun, and then there was you. You may have been that friend in the friend group, like everyone else was hit on but you weren't, kind of thing. Sagittarians, you guys are kind of like the life of the party. So to experience something like that is like very, very traumatic, I would say, because you guys are kind of like the light. Same with like Leos, but like Sagittarians are like the celebrities. Like everyone just loves them. So to be like very much loved by everyone, but like when it comes to dating specifically, nobody really wanted to date you. I could see why that caused a lot of like insecurity here. I feel like that shadow wants to be addressed. I don't know who that's for, but that's what it feels like. Capricorn, we have the High Priest, ooh, and the Devil reversed. Ew. I forgot to get a timestamp for the collective. Oh well. Oh well. High Priest and the Devil in the reverse. You're also Capricorn having something come up around commitment, specifically around like marriage. If you're not really dealing with a relationship, I feel like there's something around religion or tradition that's coming up for you. It's a shadow around that. For those of you Capricorns who are like not married yet, or you have never really, like you're kind of a late bloomer in relationships, that's kind of typical for Saturn children. So you and Aquarius have a lot of really great things that happen for you later in life because Saturn beats the shit out of you for like the first like 20-30 years of your life. So you're not the only Capricorn who's kind of like a late bloomer. There's a lot of lessons that you get to integrate as a younger person, which is what I'm saying this as an Aquarius, so like I'm right there with you. Um, it's just something you kind of have to like accept, but it will happen. It will happen. It just, there's some other shit you have to like clean up and sweep and mop before whatever this Hierophant wisdom energy is gets like implemented. So yeah, you will get married. You will find, you know, that spiritual group that you feel a part of. Like it's gonna happen. You'll find a church that you feel at home in, or like a spiritual group that you can talk to. It'll happen. It just takes time. Aquarius, Queen of Wands reverse and the High Priestess. Aquarius, embrace what you know is true. I don't know why I'm having to tell you this, but you seem to like not feel confident on the outside about something. Like maybe you're afraid of being perceived as a certain way, but the High Priestess is like, you know that this is true. You know that this is like a thing. So I don't know if you're just having like insecurities about like the outside, or maybe there's like, you know, someone in your friend group is like a piece of shit, they're a liar, but no one's picking up on it. Whatever it is, you know that you have a lot to offer, and you know what like the real true meaning of this thing is. So it's time to just embrace it. If this is like a looks thing, it's okay to take time and like figure out like how to get to that self-care so that you feel a lot more confident. You know, do you need to, you know, do you want to go get a gym membership? Do you just need to go down to the store and get some Crest white strips and like whiten your teeth? Like, will that make you feel better? Like, I don't know. We'll do it a face mask. We're doing a face mask. Like, will that make you feel better? I don't know. But like, you know what you need to do, and you know what the truth is. So you don't need to worry about what everybody else is thinking. You don't. Okay. Pisces, last but not least, Seven of Wands reverse and the Page of Cups reverse. I feel like you're spread too thin, Pisces. I feel like you need to set boundaries with people. I feel like creatively you're blocked, which is not very Piscean. I get scared when Pisces is creatively blocked, because you guys are very imaginative people and you guys are dreamers, And when the Pisces can't dream, I get scared. So whoever is taking your energy, we either got to let them go or set a lot of boundaries with them, because I don't like this for you. Okay. Anyway. Hello, everyone. I'm trying to read everything. Need a new pair of jeans, girl. Huh? Denim? Denim, 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 denim. Okay. Thank you everyone for commenting. I'm like, did I miss something? Need a new pair of jeans? Did I miss a conversation? Was that happening while I was doing the collective? Anyways, that's what I have for you guys. I'm gonna go update the timestamps for Andrea's reading and the collective. I need to zoom back and see. Oh, that's what you're referring to, the looks thing. Okay. That is so funny. So every time I do a reading, I just like completely forget what I said. So that totally makes sense. Go get yourself a new pair of jeans. I support you. As an Aquarius, I support you buying new denim. Anyway, I got this at the thrift store the other day. So I support you buying clothes. Not me trying to be in high school. When I like get stuff like this, it's very much me trying to like heal my inner teenager, because I couldn't afford this stuff in high school. And now it's $7 at the Goodwill. So I'm like, anyways, I love you guys so much. I will see you guys later. If you need a personal reading, those are linked below down in the description. Readings are now available for purchase for tomorrow's live. If no one purchases, that is totally fine. I'm just trying to get everyone used to me doing live readings over here. I can't do them at night anymore. I just can't. Yeah, I just can't. I can't do it anymore. So love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.